Okay, this video is for those who are practicing tying an anchor onto 2 bolts. I don't have 2 bolts with me, easily accessible, so I am using these 2 points right here as my 2 bolts in a canyon. These would typically be offset, but for this demonstration they're going to be parallel with each other. They're pretty easy. You're gonna pretty much use a lot more material than you think you need. So take your first bolt, sling the first bolt. You're gonna use the rule of thirds, so your tail piece is gonna come out maybe 2 feet. Okay, you're gonna get yourself enough extension. Okay, and you're gonna take the other end and you're going to put it through your second anchor point. I'm looping it all the way through the bolt that would have been there. Okay? And I'm going to make this adjusted to where it's a little less. Okay? Then I'm going to take the other end and you're going to make a water knot. So do an overhand. You want at least 3 inches on the tail or more. Okay, so 3 inches, follow through with your water knot. Okay, you're gonna make this little pretty. This is a really horrible overhand. Your water knot needs to be pretty. You need to dress it correctly, so the tail should be on top here. Okay, on top, follow through, give yourself a little bit more than you think you need. Follow around the back side. Wherever the first tail piece went, you're going to follow through, go under, make sure you got at least 3 inches, pull tight, make sure this is dressed, pull both ends of the tail, both ends of the running end, pull opposites. Okay, you make this nice and tight. If this is stiff and you press it, it's not loose, it is correct. If it is loose and sloppy, it is not correct. It needs to be tight. Okay, so this knot is going to be about 1/3 way up. Okay, now the next really important thing is to make sure that this is tied with an overhand on the end, which we're going to do here, but make sure that it is tied in the direction of rappel. So just for example's sake, we're going to take this edge of the table and pretend that's the cliff face. That's where we're going to rappel off of. So if we had it tied up here and we have both of these lines taut like this, the direction of rappel is going to take us to where we start falling down towards the edge. Now you see what happens right here. This is loose, this is taut. Okay, so really we're only loading 1 bolt. So we need to make sure that we bring this down, okay, so that this is in the same direction as the rope will be hitting the edge, because we're going to be going straight down in this example. Okay, so it's really important to tie the overhand in the direction of the rappel. Okay, wherever that may be, you need to find out and tie it there as close as possible. Okay, you want to share the weight on the bolts. So to do the overhand, you're going to make it pretty. You can take your 2 loops, make sure they are inside each other, not like that. Okay, make sure that they're both tight. Okay, they're both tight. Get them pretty and lined up. Okay, because you make this overhand pretty. Okay, so I used probably a good 12 feet of webbing. It's a lot of webbing for this example. You might use more, you might use less. Okay, so I'm going to pull this with these 2 loops. Okay, they're both tensioned equally, and I'm going to figure out where the direction of rappel is, and I'm going to say it's right about there. Okay, so I'm going to take the webbing, I'm going to make sure it is nice and neat. Okay, I'm going to come up a little bit and pinch it, and right there I'm going to make my overhand, and I'm going to come under, and I'm going to stick my finger through the loops so that they're both equal, and I'm going to pull in the direction of the rappel, not up, not too far down, okay, direction of rappel, so that both of these are both taut equally. Okay, they're both taut. Now one is loose, one is taut. So direction of rappel, very important. Pull the knot in the direction of the rappel. Okay, that overhand knot is really important, because not only will it keep these both tensioned the same, but if one of these fail, a bolt comes out, or one of these somehow breaks, like your friend cut you loose because he's an asshole, hopefully not, the other one will still hold. Okay, so that's how you make an anchor and bolts. It's pretty simple. I don't know how well you can see this on film, but rule of thirds, this is a little more like half should be up here, but really it doesn't matter that much. I have seen this knot closer to the overhand, and I've also seen it at the bolt. In my opinion, those are both incorrect. Whether they do more harm than good, I have no idea. But that's how I tie mine, whether it's bolted vertically or horizontally. It is the same concept. Hope that helps.